First Alert 4 is getting answers from the city of St. Louis on the city's future 911 dispatch center.
It's a $45 million price tag for a 17,000 square foot building that will put all of the city's emergency dispatch services under one roof. As we told you last night, an emergency agreement was signed last June. There was a groundbreaking in October. Yet this week, construction has yet to start on that lot. That is now an eyesore. First Alert 4 investigator David Amilati got the mayor's take on this stalled project.
Yeah, there still are a lot of questions that need to be asked about what's not happening at 2741 Thomas Street right now. Sources tell First Alert 4 from April to November of last year was more than enough time to produce complete design drawings for a competitive bid. That didn't happen. The city instead entered into an emergency agreement with a contractor. After months of trying to get the city leaders to talk with me on camera, Mayor Kara Spencer addressed the project.
This is something we're still evaluating because I agree with your concerns on that.
That's City of St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer reacting to First Alert 4 Investigates report about why the City of St. Louis would need to sign an emergency agreement to build its future 911 dispatch center. But almost a year later, the construction site remains bare.
That was done before I took the seat, and before I give you a full answer, we're going to continue to do a little more fact-finding on our end. That's what we're doing right now.
First Alert 4 has investigated the city's slow responses to emergencies several times over the last few years. The proposed fix, a new 911 dispatch center to bring all of the city's dispatch services under one roof, streamlining communication, officials said, between police, fire, and EMS. These renderings show what the building is supposed to look like when complete. The city says $25 million in ARPA money is helping fund the building, plus $10 million from the state. Last December, the Board of Aldermen approved another $8.5 million for the dispatch center, increasing the price tag to a total of $45 million. If a year later there is no construction, why was an emergency agreement needed?
Anytime those emergency contracts are issued, I have concerns.
I asked Mayor Spencer if she has an issue giving an emergency contract before a completed design.
I had concerns with this. I had concerns with the workhouse, the demolition of that, which was done in a similar manner. Those are not ways in which I would like to move forward. So I do share your concerns on that.
First Alert 4 Investigates obtained this emergency agreement the city of St. Louis signed with Cosney Wagner last June. It says the city is in urgent need of completion of a new public safety answering point, and the emergency agreement is needed due to the severe public need for enhanced 911 response and emergency service, and immediate deadlines for funding to proceed with construction. Pat Cosney and the Board of Public Service President Richard Bradley signed off on that agreement on June 10, 2024. Then Comptroller Darlene Green signed off on it the next day. The contract price is listed just over $21 million. A cost breakdown from June 4th shows that's just for the structure. It does not include doors, windows, 911 dispatch systems, communications tech, or security install. It's still unclear if that's what brings the total to $45 million. First Alert 4 contacted Cosney Wagner to speak on camera. In an email back, Vice President Mike Cosney declined and referred us to the city. In her first 30 days in office, Mayor Spencer has ended the city's building stabilization program and paused Metro's Green Line project. I asked the mayor if this was another issue with ties to former Mayor Tishaura Jones that could meet a similar fate.
Without having a full answer and wanting to make sure that we're moving forward with issues, especially as it pertains to 911, where public safety really is on the line, we're taking a cautionary approach, but certainly this is a priority for my administration, my office, to get to the bottom of. But I appreciate your reporting on it, because frankly, it is concerning when that happens.
Now, we have made multiple requests to interview leaders of the Board of Public Service and Board of Public Safety going back to January. We will continue to ask for them to sit down with us. Construction of this 911 dispatch center is supposed to be complete in 2026. For First Alert 4 Investigates, I'm David Amilati.
All right, David, thank you. The real